Fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 10 on SBT2.
Good evening, I'm Annie Chang. Rick has the night off. Firefighters say a kitchen fire at Castle Point Apartments last night could have been much worse if not for life-saving technology. A device called Stovetop Fire Stop put out the fire before officials even arrived on the scene. Once it senses a fire on your stove, it automatically releases a powder that immediately puts the fire out. It's saving money, time, and lives. This is the aftermath of a kitchen fire that broke out at Castle Point Apartments 4 years ago. One firefighter hurt while battling the flames, residents without a home, and damages worth more than $100,000. Compare that to Thursday night's fire, which also started on the stove. Only this one caused less than $200 in damage. Fire Marshal Dave Sharon says the difference is Stovetop Fire Stop, a device that works like an automatic extinguisher. Every unit at Castle Point and Park Jefferson has had one since 2013.
And it's well worth it for everyone. Not only to the people living in the apartment, which are the first people we worry about, but to the complex itself.
It's working so well that other complexes are catching on. Central High Stevenson Mill Apartments in downtown South Bend began installing them after a kitchen fire 4 months ago.
It kind of keeps the people from worrying so much because accidents happen. That's the whole thing about it.
Think of it like this.
It's like having a firefighter standing on top of your stove all the time you're cooking, and you don't have to feed him.
The devices cost $50 a pair, and you can find out more information on our website, WSBT.com. Just click on this story. Matt, thank you. Mosaic has made its presence known in Benton Harbor. It's a resale shop, a cafe, and a lawn care service. 3 businesses all under one roof. The idea to hire people and then get rid of them, but not for the reason you would think. WSBT 22 Suzanne Spencer has the story.
Here you are, ma'am. Thank you. Small tiger size.
Making espresso is second nature for Treshana Owensby.
It's more. It's more than a job to me. It's way more than a job. It's like family. Have a good day.
The Mosaic family, what's behind the counter, is the reason the nonprofit has been here for 5 years.
It's taught me how to overcome barriers. It's taught me how to, let pain go. It's taught me how to, anything is possible in life.
Treshana was homeless when she decided to get her GED and heard of the Mosaic organization.
We get so many people who come here who aren't working for various reasons, as I said, with the barriers, and we just help them overcome the barriers, and then we become the vehicle for getting them that employment.
She applied, got the job at Mosaic, and went through an 8-week paid training course.
We help them with resumes, we teach them how to do proper interviews, and then we hire them in our own businesses.
The job training program has gone better than expected, graduating about 25 people, all of them having jobs right here in the store. Some are still in the training course, others have gone on to more sustainable jobs, like Treshana, who's ready to start a new job at the Inn at Harbor Shores.
So it's kind of the opposite of what is being done in a normal business. Our good employees we encourage to go on, and then we keep developing new employees.
Growth, one moment, one step at a time.
Suzanne, thank you. This program is about 5 years old, but the job training program is fairly new. The director says they are getting so much interest that they're having to create more job training classes just to keep up with the demand. We're learning that this grain elevator explosion that sent 4 people to the hospital in April was accidental. Investigators still don't know what caused the explosion in La Crosse. We're told it started in the basement. The initial fire ignited dust in different areas of the elevator structure, causing 3 to 4 explosions inside. The 4 workers who were hurt have been released from the hospital. Co-Alliance, the company that owns and operates the mill, anticipates the site will be cleaned up by the end of the summer. An update tonight, 16 jurors are now seated in the Indianapolis house explosion trial. The final 2 juror members are expected to be chosen Monday. The judge dismissed 56 prospective jurors yesterday. Mark Leonard's trial was moved to South Bend because of the extensive publicity in Indianapolis. Leonard is charged with murder and arson for the 2012 explosion that killed 2 people and damaged 80 homes. Prosecutors say Leonard developed a plan to blow up his girlfriend's house to collect insurance money. Leonard is among 5 people charged. There are now 3 contenders for the Democratic nomination for Indiana governor. State Superintendent Glenda Ritz threw her hat into the ring yesterday. Her clashes with current Governor Mike Pence and lawmakers boosted her name recognition and excited many Democrats. Today, Ritz was in South Bend. WSBT 22's Patrick Roth spoke to the candidate and her supporters.
It was a small but enthusiastic crowd that greeted Glenda Ritz in South Bend today. Her battles with Indiana Governor Mike Pence and the Republican-controlled legislature have made her something of a hero to Democrats.
My favorite qualification of hers is she's not a career politician.
She is not caught in the traditional sense of being a politician. She is a public servant. She does her job, and she does it well, without the whole hoopla and sense of being caught in the machine.
But is not being a career politician enough to make her a governor? While some people say she's qualified for her current position, they wonder if she isn't only a one-issue candidate.
Education is certainly my largest priority. As the superintendent of public instruction, that's where I focus all my efforts. But you know, I see the bigger picture, and the connection between education and economy is so huge that we just have to be moving forward on that.
In her speech today, Ritz explained why she thinks the government needs to recognize the link between its educational and economic policies, and the need to extend the civil rights to all Hoosiers in the wake of the controversy surrounding RFRA. But she also pointed out she's still introducing herself to Hoosiers.
As that campaign rolls out, I'm going to be talking to Hoosiers all over the state. You'll see some policy briefs come out, and you'll find out that I'm well informed and have great ideas on how to move Indiana forward.
Patrick Roth, WSBT 22 News.
Ritz's opponents for the Democratic nomination are State Senator Karen Talion of Portage and John Gregg, who won the nomination back in 2012. So far, no one has announced they're running against Governor Pence for the Republican nomination. New at 10, the investigation into Indiana's troubled Department of Child Services continues. Our CBS affiliate in Indianapolis spoke with the former employee who says DCS case managers are overwhelmed. Some deal with 30 or more cases every day, and that's almost double the state's mandatory maximum of 17. In March, a Deloitte study recommended 10 changes to the department, each with high importance. DCS, recognizing its shortcomings, says improvements are ongoing.
From the outside perspective, it does look very bleak, but I would want them to know that we are addressing it. We're doing everything not in a gunshot way. We're doing it very methodically so that we can have this sustaining.
DCS says the agency is constantly working to reduce the ratio of workers to cases, but say they're still overwhelmed. New at 10, thousands are expected to pack the streets of Indianapolis for this year's Indy Pride Festival, the largest LGBT event in the state. This comes just 2 months after the Religious Freedom Restoration Law controversy. The week is expected to generate more than $1 million for the city. Leaders say in the 5 years the event has gone on, it's doubled attendance, and this year they expect will be no different. Indy Pride President Chris Moorhead says the controversy did not push away any guests or supporters.
We had people coming to us saying, what can we do? We see that you're going through this. How can we support? In the wake of RFRA, there's been a lot of great support, and a lot of people have come out of the woodworks to really step up and not just help us promote the event, but also sponsor it as well.
More than 100,000 people are expected to attend. New at 10, a Vermilion County school is raising money for the fight against cancer. Over the past month, students raised more than $6,000. One teacher's mother was diagnosed with colon cancer. She was told she'd lose her hair because of the chemotherapy. She told the school if they would help raise the money, she would cut her hair.
Seeing her initial reaction when she found out she was going to lose her hair, it was hard for me. She's such a strong woman, such an amazing woman. I decided that I wanted to do something for her.
The students went above and beyond their $3,000 goal. An 85-year-old man attacked by thousands of bees, how he's doing tonight. And the FBI is aware of as many as 2 potential victims alleging sexual misconduct by former House Speaker Dennis Hastert. More bad news for former Speaker of the House Dennis Hastert. CBS News has learned the FBI is aware of 2 more cases of potential victims alleging sexual misconduct by Hastert. Danielle Nottingham has the latest from Los Angeles.
Former House Speaker Dennis Hastert is now being linked to as many as 3 potential victims of sexual misconduct. Cases that came to light during an FBI investigation into millions of dollars Hastert allegedly paid as hush money. The victims date back to Hastert's days as a teacher and wrestling coach at Yorkville, Illinois High School. Sources say one of the potential victims is the person listed as Individual A in a federal indictment against Hastert. He is charged with evading bank regulations by withdrawing the money in small increments and lying about it to the FBI. Jolene Burge told ABC Hastert molested her brother Stephen Reinbold in high school when Reinbold worked with the wrestling team. Hastert's name came up years later when Reinbold told his sister he was gay.
I asked him, Stevie, when was your first same-sex experience? And he just looked at me and said, it was with Dennis Hastert.
Reinbold died of AIDS in 1995. Gary Matlock was also on that wrestling team, but recalls nothing untoward.
It surprised me. It's disappointed me.
Hastert will be arraigned Tuesday in federal court in Chicago. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News.
An 84-year-old Arizona man stung more than 2,000 times by bees. Tonight, he's in intensive care. He was attacked Wednesday by nearly 50,000 bees in a shed behind his home. Police tried to use fire extinguishers to get the bees away from the man. The hive has since been removed. Well, sports is next, and the latest on a potential devastating injury in the NBA Finals. We're going nuts for all the high school sports this weekend. We'll start things off with sectional golf and more coming up.